Hello, welcome to The Circle on KongaTV. My name is Miracle HAG. I will be your host on the show. Here we're going to be talking about societal issues, heart matters, business, you name it. I mean, the whole 9 yards. And today is a special edition. We call it the Valentine special. And I will not be doing this alone. I have my circle with me on this edition. So I have them introduce themselves, starting from my left.
From your left? Circle,
Yeah.
Even this way?
Yes, please.
I think we should go ladies first.
No, I will have to start
lady has
with.
to
I'm a lady.
Exactly.
So let me start from the gentleman here.
Okay. Hello viewers, my name is Stanley Cheesy. They call me Stan Cheesy. We're here today. Well, see how it
All right, funny introduction. And over to the lady sitting beside me.
Yes, my name is Kachi, aka Keiko, the Vibe God. Always bringing the vibes all day, every day. You know how we say it.
That's right. Over to you.
All right. My name is Freddie Kotweze. You can call me the Radio JJ.
Okay, this is going to be an interesting discussion. If you want to know what we're going to talk about, I will just get to it. Today, we are asking the question, should Valentine's Day be scrapped? I know you're wondering, but then I have with me people who will critically analyze, giving, some of them will be sharing some of their experiences as well. So stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. Glad to know that you're still watching KongaTV. Like I said earlier, this is The Circle, and today we are asking the question, should Valentine's Day be scrapped? But then, before we get to that, I will give you a brief history of the Valentine's Day. So Valentine's Day traces its origin back to ancient Rome. It is believed to have started with Saint Valentine, a priest who lived during the reign of Emperor Claudius II in the 3rd century. At the time, Claudius banned marriages for young men, thinking single soldiers fought better. Valentine defied the emperor's orders and secretly married couples, which led to his arrest. Now, while in prison, a legend says Valentine befriended the jailer's daughter and left her a note signed "From your Valentine" before his execution on February 14, 269 AD. Now, over time, the Catholic Church honored him as a saint, and February 14 became associated with love and romance. Later, in the Middle Ages, Geoffrey Chaucer and other poets romanticized the day, linking it to courtly love. Now, by the 18th century, people in England and France began exchanging love notes and flowers, leading to the modern Valentine's Day we know today. Now, it has become a global celebration of love with chocolates, gifts, and grand gestures like cards and you name it.
GLE.
GLE. Okay, so having described what Valentine's Day is about, we are going to, answer this question. Do you think Valentine's Day should be scrapped? Do you think people are doing too much? I'll start with the lady beside me, Kachi.
You know me, I like fire.
Let's have the fire.
I like problems.
Yeah, let's have it.
The funny thing is, I was initially going to say, yes, let's scrap it, because I'm not a pretentious person. I try my best to not, just like how you try not to lie.
Yes.
I try my best not to be a pretentious person.
Okay.
And sometimes I feel this aura of pretense that comes on Valentine's Day, because it's almost like how people say, I must wear red and white on Christmas Day. So on Valentine's Day, you already see the emotions and the aura pouring in, and then it's now on the 14th. And then on the 15th is like, we're back to yellow from all the pink and red. But the only reason, or at least the main reason I would say, you know what, let's not scrap it, is because I spoke about this earlier, funny enough, with a friend of mine. Putting, let's use Nigerian men in the mix, yes. Not, I can generalize it, but
Okay.
in Nigeria right now, so let's
Okay.
keep it to that.
Mhm.
Using, you just heard what I said. See, men.
Okay.
I just said using Nigerian men. I was like, you guys are not my target market.
Okay.
But I'm using
My
you
God.
as the best example.
Okay.
Okay. Clarity, example, it applies to all. The thing is, that day being there is actually one of the main only-ish times that men actually, or people,
Nigerian men.
intend or try to be intentional.
Yes.
Intentional is like a foreign word in a lot of people's dictionaries, both men and women. Don't get me wrong. And people just feel like, okay, even if I should show love, they forget that love is continuous. There's supposed to be continuity for people to stay in your lives, for your friendships to blossom, for your relationships, even with your parents, to blossom.
Yes.
There's continuity in being intentional about who you bring in your space, who you want in your space, and how you show love to them. So having that day there, at least if it's a constant reminder that if not for all the 364 days, you can do the most on that day, then let it stay.
Okay, so Fred, over to you. You were trying to attack Kachi with the whole Nigerian men. Do you agree with, what she said?
Well, for me, a bit of what she said, okay, somehow I cannot agree with that. But for me, it's overhyped.
Okay.
It's overhyped. And for me, I'm looking at the business angle of it, from it.
As a
As a
businessman.
business person, I'm looking at the commercial part of it.
Okay.
Because for me, if I'm a business person, this is the best time for me to sell certain products. And it will be profitable. Now, let me take you to a bit of statistics here.
Oh, okay.
Now, nearly 5% of Nigerian plan to spend over 500,000 naira. That's financial recklessness.
For you or for
a guy,
them?
for Nigerian men.
Speak for yourself.
That's right.
Speak for
Yes,
your bank
speak for
account
yourself.
and speak for your economical class.
I'm trying to balance it. That's for some men. You're spending over 500,000 naira. You are not being financially what's it called?
But I mean, it's a grand gesture. It's
That's why exactly
something,
Why had I know?
Why? Why?
She will
I
leave
mean,
you.
how? You can't determine that.
I can't determine that.
You can imagine.
If it's a grand gesture, sometimes some grand gestures make people stay, or at least make them stay
Yes.
more than not.
Yes.
They should.
That's charity.
And normally now,
That's charity.
I'm on
Okay.
my middle name.
Baby, so and donate.
My middle name is Charity.
Go
Okay.
to Motherless and donate.
Okay.
That's, I'm thinking statistics.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Now, for the commercial part, now businesses can bloom, e-commerce and all that because, for example, like Konga.com, this is the best time for them to also make sales. because
Yes.
Absolutely.
You can order, they will do same day delivery
Yes.
and the likes and all that. So now, Nigerians plan to spend between 10,000 to 500,000 daily on Valentine's Day, which is not, like I said earlier, which is not wise. And
Okay.
there's going to be 85.6% participation on Valentine's Day. That's Nigerian men over 50%, which is not wise.
So I have a question for you, but I will come back to that. Let's hear from Stanley. Stanley, are you also part of the? It's not wise. It's not good. It's not this. It's not that. Let's hear from
Can I
you.
point something out?
Okay.
After Fred spoke about the statistics, Stanley crossed his leg.
Okay. So
Be financially conscious.
Sorry.
So Stanley, what do you think about what Fred said?
The truth is that if I'm to speak for brotherhood, I will move emotions.
Okay, so let's speak for yourself.
Okay.
Let's not speak for brotherhood.
Yes.
Okay. Kachi started by saying something about pretense.
Okay.
I won't pretend. I will say let's scrap this.
Why?
It doesn't make sense.
Why?
Mind you, it is not a
Why do you think it does-
recognized public holiday. It's not recognized.
It doesn't have to be a public holiday. It's we appreciate the day. We celebrate the day. It doesn't make it a holiday.
Let me hear what you have to say. Let's hear what you have to say.
Wait a minute. You started by giving us how this thing started.
Yes.
Okay.
There was an order. Let single men not get married because they fight better as soldiers.
Yes.
Come, which Bible is
Distractions.
this? So I don't buy it.
Somebody went back and was, wedding and people behind the back of Those in
I mean, he did the Lord's work. He did the Lord's work.
That's huge distraction.
He did the Lord's work.
I'll have to check if they later won the war or not.
So how would they win?
Because I
The
mean,
most
because
brilliant men have the best and strongest women.
do you understand?
You don't know that backstory. All you know is just
And I feel like he did it for their own good anyway, because if you die in battle, at least you have a family. You have somebody to continue your family line or your family name. So I mean,
So as a dead man who has a family, how does that make sense?
well, generational wealth might have already been gone then. Old money is a thing. Have you seen
what she said?
Some of our ex-presidents are still being found in their accounts in other countries.
If I have my wife, let's scrap it. Because he's been bastardized.
Yeah.
That I can agree with.
Yes.
The bastardization.
Yes.
Maybe not the scrapping, but yes.
Okay.
I can see what you
So Kachi, I want to ask you a question. Do you think, because some people just feel that Valentine is about a man and a woman, the relationship people. Do you think that Valentine should just be centered around relationships?
Absolutely not. People single die. What's like? There's so many single people this year. That's what you're even talking about. 85% of Nigerian men are going to be active this particular period. I call that a prayer answered for a lot of people, because when last have you heard that Nigerian men especially are being active on February the 14th? Well, it's 2025, so what God cannot do does not exist.
Yes.
So I personally think that it is not for relationship people, because everybody deserves love. I know it sounds very cringy, but you can show love in the slightest of ways. That your colleague that is struggling, they might have marital issues, but they're coming to work every time smiling and trying to be friendly. You don't know where that energy is coming from. And if you're actually emotionally intelligent, you'll be able to say, this is actually something is different. Maybe I should touch onto this person. Maybe I should talk to them. Maybe I should buy them rice, buy them something that will just keep a smile on their face somehow. You don't need to, but it's the love of you being human that just makes you to do so. So of course, it's not just about, oh, baby, I love you, baby, I love you. No, some of that is even very fake. There's so many people in relationships that they're not there. They're just together. They're not in relationships.
Yes.
So to avoid being in pretense, so avoid putting yourself in that case, you don't have to show love just because this is your girlfriend. Show love because this is, hey, I like this person. This is my friend. This is somebody I don't even know. And I just choose to make somebody else happy.
And personally, I also feel that Valentine can also extend, should not can, also extend to your parents, your siblings.
Especially, they brought you here. Okay. Like, of course, without them, I'll not be here. But now you are. Even if there's, of course, it's not everybody's home that is always very calm and peaceful, but sometimes just put it upon yourself to say, you know what, let me find peace, even if it's just this one day, and do the best you can with that day. That's it. Even if it is,
make them band down.
Why are you seriously sitting on this? Let it be scrapped. What's the least you can?
What happened?
Do you understand? Who hurt you
happened?
first?
Let me tell you one thing. First of all, a distraction.
What happened?
For 85% or above 50% of men to be fully committed.
Can you speak? Can you personalize it? Can you speak for yourself?
I can't personalize because
how does Valentine's Day distract you exactly?
Now, for example, now, can you imagine someone working in the office? Before you know, you start seeing let me just visit the streets of social media. Let me just know what's going on outside. Just open the door and you just start seeing posts, intimidation. This one, I bought
200K,
and then you just get distracted.
It's distraction. I think the little 50K you're earning, 100K you're earning, 20K you're earning.
Okay, so it's not distraction. It's just because of the pocket.
Exactly.
It's your pocket size.
Have you not seen that?
It's the pocket size.
I think we should look at it this way.
Okay, please.
In as much as I agree with him totally. That
Men supporting men. Men supporting men. We know that. Moving on. We know that. Don't worry.
No,
Go on.
what about mental pressure? You said men supporting men.
Yes.
Okay.
You understand? Female. Your gender. What about those who doesn't have their val, so to say?
Then you vow your friend. My Valentine this year is my friend.
You vow your parents. You vow your siblings.
Yes.
That's for you. The Gen Z teenager doesn't know that.
Yeah.
Peer pressure.
Peer pressure. I know that.
You're not sure. You can't be sure of that.
Stories are there. Check.
Check the records.
The stories are there.
Yes.
So, just
let them remove it.
Okay, so I want to ask a question, maybe a bit personal, but if you wouldn't mind sharing, what's the least you have done for your significant other, during Valentine? Have you spent up to 20,000 and above for somebody that you love on Valentine's Day? Because you're really serious about this. Let's
Yeah, like,
so
you're about to tattoo it somewhere.
I don't think that's the question you have to answer.
They didn't ask you.
I didn't throw the question to
I'm
you.
going to answer you.
Yes, please.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So you see that subconsciously you've pegged a particular amount of money to it.
So love.
To love.
She gave
Meanwhile,
an
it's something that I
average.
should be doing on a daily basis.
I just said,
if you know that,
how much have you
exactly?
spent?
So
She
how
said
much
average.
is- How much am I expected to spend?
I'm just
What-
asking. You can tell me.
Those are two separate
What are the
questions.
can
criteria?
tell me.
What is
Those are
the
two-
limit? What is
those
the
are two-
maximum?
I
The
have-
limit is
I
your
have-
bank account limit.
I have significant
For you, at this point.
I have people I love and I cherish.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I spend time with them. I get them gifts when I know what they need.
After all, time is money.
He doesn't have to.
On days outside Valentine, but then I'm
Outside
talking
Valentine.
about Valentine's Day.
It doesn't matter to me. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of resources. Why must I, carry it on my head that okay, it's Valentine's Day. I have to love them every day of their life.
That's
So
right.
I enjoy it.
Mhm.
Time is money and it's precious.
But I
It's
mean,
enough.
I mean, some days are really very significant,
Yeah,
and
best days.
I mean,
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that.
but
goes
are you
without
trying to
saying.
say that Valentine's Day is not significant?
Exactly.
Are you trying to say it's
Birthdays
not?
are more significant than Valentine's.
Yes, but you can still do both.
Mm.
You don't. It
So
doesn't
this
have to have any pressure.
this pain is coming from the
I'm
angle of
telling
your
you,
pocket.
You've not told us.
Because
the truth.
I mean, a lot of
And it's
people are not
okay.
complaining.
We still- we're
There are a
still
lot of men out there who are not complaining.
If you complain, you're going to be seen as the underdog or as someone that
No, I don't. I don't
think
agree.
so.
I don't agree because I know some men who plan towards Valentine's
Yeah.
Day.
Even if they can't really do much the whole time. Valentine's Day is special to them because
Yes.
they choose to actually make it special. But then some that have had some previous angst have all that angst tossed to just that day because it's so exacerbated as to Valentine's Day, not just taking it in. Oh, Valentine's Day, my love, I still love you. Take and go.
So I think for Fred and Stanley, we can say it's about the the
It's about
economic
the-
aspect
Oh,
of.
gosh.
You're
Give
getting
Fred
it wrong.
2 minutes now. That percentage is
We'll
getting
reduce.
reduced. We're going to 35. We're going to
getting it wrong.
35.
Okay,
At some point,
it's getting
it can be-
it's
Wait,
getting heated
At
in
some
here.
point, you have to be financially conscious. And
Yes.
it's
At every
therefore-
point, actually.
Yes. Now, why must it have to be the male doing the vow for the female?
Okay, so we're
Can't
going
it
to
be
answer
other
that
way?
question when we come back from this short break. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back to the Circle on KongaTV, and I've been here with Kachi, Fred, and Stanley talking about and answering the question, should Valentine's Day be scrapped? And it's been heated in here, and that's one of the reasons why we needed to go for that short break. So before that, Fred asked the question, why does it have to be the man or the men always gifting the women? And so we are here to answer that question. Kachi, would you want to go?
So in my opinion, right, I always try and take things like a bit tossed back from prehistoric times.
Okay.
When people wanted to get married, even from days of the Bible, there's always this, how would I put it? Need to woo the woman.
Yes.
Right? Of course, it has been a bit exaggerated with recent times. I get it. And society, yes. But it's always just been that kind of societal standardization. It's not like it's set in stone, like, hey, man, give woman present. There, in any case, men are the ones also doing the most. And they're suppressing and oppressing their same gender that's
Yes.
complaining about the
Yes.
same men are the ones doing the most. So it's a cycle you guys are going through. So you guys need to talk about it.
Because when a man
Have a
goes,
general
when a man
conference.
goes and gives
Yes.
his wife or his
Yes.
partner a GLE, right, like
Yeah.
you mentioned
And
earlier,
then, baby, give me my
other
GLE.
men will be like,
Now say, I want to do this one for his
You're
girlfriend, not
getting
even
it wrong.
wife. No, we're not
You're
getting it
forgetting a part
wrong.
of comparison from women's part. You guys
Comparison
go
is
out
one
there,
thing. That's
you
why
go
the
out
gender
there,
bias
you
is
see,
there.
you see your colleagues driving maybe the best cars or the latest cars, and you come back home, honey or Mr. Man. Why can't you?
If
do the
it's Mr.
same
Man,
thing?
run off.
Sally, this one you're just
Mr.
quiet.
Man.
It's like you don't want to put
No,
your
you
mouth in
answered the question.
in this
Do you
matter.
know, you answered the question already, because if your wife or your babe should ever see somebody else's thing, her eye is chooking, and she comes and tells you, Mr. Man, you are in the wrong
Yes.
relationship.
I'm using that as an instance. All
Yeah,
I'm saying is
but-
they bring those pressure back home and put it down there. Whereas they can't even go out there and say, I'm seeing someone driving, wearing the latest shirt. I'm getting you this. That is not being celebrated.
It's not being, yes, we understand that, but that is where your own foundation and non-insecurity will come in.
Yes.
Because if you understand yourself enough, you know how to talk to your woman, but if she's doing it repeatedly, then you know that maybe this is not for you.
For me,
because nobody, especially the love of your life or who you want to spend your life with, should not be pressurizing you for something that you
and also there are women out there who are not even doing anything. It's the men who get pressured.
Women are the breadwinners of their own,
and the
husbands are happy
exactly
to get a bench from them.
We've seen cases where a woman talks down on a guy.
Of course.
And the society says, he's motivating you.
Absolutely.
She's motivating you
to do better. Yes.
And you don't know the mental struggle that man is going
But
through.
then you also need to understand that there are women who don't even do anything. It's the men who get pressured on their own.
Yeah.
Because they also want to belong in the group of the men who, okay.
How so?
Because, you see, women are powerful people.
Oh, thank you very much. We know.
We agree.
You know how to, bring in some words and make it look like you are the ones who are
gaslighting.
Basically. You understand?
That's gaslighting.
Yeah.
You understand? The thing is that even I'm not sure if I can say that I've seen a woman who brought something tangible and said, "This is your Valentine."
You have not, but there are.
Oh,
you have not. There are.
What's the problem?
Talk to me.
It's not a problem. It's a fact.
I'm kidding.
You understand? It's a fact.
According to who?
According to me.
According
to you. Okay.
Come.
You've not searched enough. You've not searched enough.
Show me there's a babe called Statistics.
According to I'll take that later.
Because Statistics has been telling him so many things that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
Who is Statistics?
Okay.
Where does she live?
Forget about
wherever
the statistics is.
Yes.
What I'm saying in essence is that the same way ladies like to be loved, like to be pampered, we men.
But there are plenty of women doing that.
If a woman does that, it will motivate you as a man to also do more.
So I think it's about the women that you're meeting.
Apart from Vicky James and Blessing CEO, maybe who else?
So wait. Those ones are doing that on camera. A lot are doing that behind the camera.
There are very few.
Yeah.
You can't say there are very few. How many women do you know?
I know quite a lot.
How many women do you know? Okay, so it's the women that you know. So the problem is from the women that you know.
You missed the answer. You missed the answer.
What did he say?
He gave you. He said, "I know a lot of women."
Okay.
So clearly there's a confusion there.
So he doesn't know who to give.
He has not been statutory. You have not been stagnant enough to understand yourself and let them understand you. So at his pass as you go, pay as you go. You don't understand when one wants to pour in all that to you. So by the time they want to pour in all that to you and you react, they take it away, the rug from your feet, and then you're like, "Oh my God, I've not experienced this." That's where it is. So because if you can name 3 experiences you've actually even had, you would be saying this, but in another perspective.
The thing is that what I'm saying in essence is that it should be a two-way thing.
Absolutely.
It should be a two-way thing. We're both in love. You understand?
But
so your expectation of me, because I'm the man, should not be higher than my expectation of you.
So I think it's something that you need to discuss with your woman.
She should know.
You don't assume that she should know. You can talk to her about it.
There should be a balance. And the fact, for example, Kachi here, she's expecting someone to give her this period. She's not looking out to give. She's not.
Okay, so you've been talking about statistics. Are you gifting anybody today? Do you have somebody
now,
that?
For example,
you said now and for example. Answer the question.
First of all,
are you gifting somebody? First of all, has entered the chat.
First of all, I have love to give every day. On the street, if I greet you good morning, that's a whole lot.
So, in essence, you're saying no.
No, I'm not saying
what
no.
About you? So what about you, Stan?
I have a whole lot of love to give every day.
You have something in the works for that special someone?
Yes.
Okay.
But I might choose not to give it on that particular day.
I hope she watches this. I hope she watches this.
Baby girl, let us know.
You're alone.
We'll go for lunch and we'll talk about Stan.
I'm sorry. You're alone.
Let me know if it doesn't take you out. We'll go for lunch and we'll talk about
So, Kachi, are you expecting or are you giving, or are you expecting and giving at the same time?
She's giving me.
I'm a giver and a receiver.
Okay.
I will definitely be giving as much, but of course I love gifts. Like my love language is dollars. So
okay.
I definitely
okay. So It's been such an amazing time here with you talking about Valentine's Day, and I just want to say from us here to you, happy Valentine's Day. No matter how you are celebrating today, just do what you can. If you can't help it, it's fine. It's okay. There are other days that you can show your love to your loved ones. And also don't forget that you can gift your parents as well. Valentine's Day is not just about people in relationships or marriages. You can gift your sibling, your colleague, your parents, anyone that you truly admire, even people, your role models, anyone out there. Even strangers, you can take to the streets.
Especially strangers.
So please do what you can, and what you can't, don't worry about it. Until we come your way next Friday on The Circle. Bye bye for now.